Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is lesson 528. Title of today's lesson is the difference between horrifying, horrified, and horrific. I have some students that sometimes ask me, what's the difference between these three? Okay, if somebody wants a screenshot, do it right now. Let's get right to it. If someone says something is horrifying, it means that it causes someone to feel horror, to feel shock or disgust. This person or thing causes others to feel horror. So the key word here really is causes. It makes others feel horror. Okay, let's continue. If someone is horrified, it means he or she was struck with horror, so that they're experiencing it. He or she personally experiences or feels horror, shock, or disgust. Okay, so it's personal. You're feeling it. You are horrified by it. Okay, let's continue. If something is horrific, it means it contains horror. It shows qualities of horrors that may or may not cause someone to feel horror. So this is where it gets a little tricky. This is where there's a little crossover. But it is clear that those qualities exist in this thing. So why do we say this? Because I don't know, maybe the situation you don't think is related to you. So maybe you're not really horrified by it. You're not really feeling it so much, but you could recognize that horror exists in it. In that sense, it is horrific. All right. So horrific can also mean something is just very bad, so bad that it may or may not cause others to feel horror. Okay, and let's look at some examples to try to clarify this. It was horrifying to see the horrific bloody details in the photos of that decapitated body. So it was horrifying. So the experience was horrifying. The experience caused people to feel horror, shock, disgust. Of the horrific bloody details, all right, so the details are horrific. They contain a lot of horror. They contain qualities of horror. In the photos of that decapitated body, the body with its head cut off. And here we could say I was horrified by the photo. So you personally felt the horror. You were struck by the horror, so you were horrified. All right, let's look at the next example. She made a horrifying scream. All right, so here we can show with all three the same exact sort of example, but the different feel. Each one is looking at it from a different perspective, so it means slightly a different thing. So she made a horrifying scream, a scream that causes other people to feel horror. So it was probably so terrible, such a that it made others feel horror. She made a horrified scream. Okay. You could tell she was feeling or experiencing horror in her scream. So this does not necessarily cause others to feel horror, but you could tell the person who is screaming feels horror. She is experiencing horror. Okay. She made a horrific scream. Her scream contained a lot of horror. There were qualities about her scream that expressed horror. So again, this is the more general sense, meaning that, again, somebody may or may not feel horror from this. Again, if this doesn't pertain to you, you may not care about it that much. But you could recognize there is horror in it, so it is horrific. Okay, but again, this is not specifically saying that somebody was struck with the horror. There were horrific qualities in that scream. Okay, let's continue. She had a horrifying expression on her face. Again, the ing always means that it causes. She had a horrifying expression on her face. Her expression caused others to feel horror. Okay. Maybe you could see the pain and that made you, feel horror. She had a horrified expression on her face. From her expression, you could tell that she was experiencing horror. That's what it means. She had a horrified expression on her face. She had a horrific expression on her face. The expression on her face was so bad that it may or may not cause others to feel horror. So again, this is where this could be the crossover. It clearly contains qualities of horror, whether whether it's horrifying for you, whether it causes you to become horrified or not. Okay. All right. Anyway, I hope this clarifies it. I hope this now you can clearly maybe see, or you have a better sense of the difference between these words and how they are used. Anyway, I hope you got it. I hope it was clear. I hope it was very informative. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.